This is Up for Grabs, a podcast where three unfiltered friends talk about anything and everything. And now, here are your hosts, Tracy, Kim, and Rachel.
Welcome to Up for Grabs. I'm Rachel. I'm here with my friend Tracy.
Hello.
And Kim.
Hello.
And welcome back. Today, what's up for grabs? Well, seats at our celebrity dinner party table is what's up for grabs today. And I'm sure every celebrity listening is hoping that they're on each of our lists.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So if this was my idea, because for some reason I love doing this kind of stuff, just thinking about what probably is not probably. Okay, it's not going to happen. But
see, I think it is. I think it could happen.
Okay. So who would I invite over to my dinner party that I love so much? And then also thinking, when you're making your party list, do the people that you're inviting, do they like each other? I mean, you don't want to have any awkward conversations.
I'm going to have awkward conversations.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know.
You're just going to turn into a West Side brawl. So my idea was, who are 5 people that I would love to sit down with and have dinner and drinks and possibly a game if we were having a good time.
Yeah, maybe a game of charades.
I was thinking categories.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? You're right. Charades would also work. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the table. We're going to let each person say who their top 5 seats for their celebrity dinner party would go to. And then at the end, I'm sure you all can decide whose party you would want to be invited to based on the guest list, and let us know who had the best list.
Okay, I need one rule clarification.
Oh my God, there's no rules. What?
Okay, so like if Kim's reading her list,
yes,
do I get to comment per person, or do I have to let her finish?
No, we're going per person. We're just going to break it down.
Okay, so I can
need to
interject.
So if you need
my
to
opinion.
make fun of her choice,
Yes,
exactly. That's what I was
getting
where
at.
she was going.
or reaffirm her choice.
Oh, yes,
let's
that
keep
too.
it. No, because you're all about positivity.
You're
That's right.
going to like my choices.
Okay.
Well, good. Well, Kim, since your choices are going to be so well received, I'm going to go with you first. And did you put them in any particular order? I guess
No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not put him in order.
Okay, so who's one person that's going to get an invitation to your celebrity dinner party?
Stephanie Germanotta,
Nobody knows her.
Is that your next one?
We said celebrity, and I've never heard of Stephanie.
otherwise known as Lady Gaga.
Damn it.
Damn
Now
it,
I know
she
who it
does.
is.
Thought I'd
I
throw
shouldn't
that
have
one
said
out.
that.
I thought maybe she was one of Kim's influencers on Instagram, but I didn't know.
One of the gals I follow on
Now I
on
look
the
stupid.
gram.
Okay.
It's the gram. Sorry.
Shoot, I'm so out of it. So, okay, Lady Gaga.
Good choice.
Have to admit, I thought of her, but since I wouldn't consider myself a super fan.
Yeah.
I'm a super fan.
I got to be more of a fan when I saw A Star Is Born.
Yes.
She had me at that.
Yeah.
Like before that, I thought, some of her music was catchy. I appreciated
The meat costume?
her meat costume.
Okay.
We all have that. Did she do that?
Okay, yes.
She did. I don't know. It
It was
was
a
no
thousand,
dog-
it was
I
a
hope no
thousand
dog
years
showed
ago.
up.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Lady Gaga has been on my radar since Just Dance, and I absolutely adore her. And she's a triple threat. I mean, she's
is a triple
gorgeous. She can act. She can sing.
Just like Rick Springfield.
Yes, maybe not on the acting. But fun fact about Lady Gaga, because I don't want to take too long. My husband, a couple years ago, he knows me. He knows where my heart is with Lady Gaga. He surprised me as a Christmas gift, and I got to see her in Vegas.
And it was ridiculous. I
And
was so jealous.
It was
I am still
absolutely
jealous.
ridiculous. And it was probably one of the best concerts
Now
I've
tell
ever
me, when
seen.
she's in concert, does she do both? Is it like a big show and like she's dancing around with fun costumes, but does she also sit down and play the piano? Like what was it?
So it had a theme. It was like going back in time type of theme. You know how she's so eccentric with her costumes.
She's very theatrical.
First of all, she's like all of 5 foot. She's the tiniest little thing that you've ever seen. And she played every single one of her hits, and she ended it on the piano with Shallow. So it was everything you could have dreamed of and more.
Well, she is a super talent. So should we give a thumbs up to her first guest, Tracy? Are you?
Yes.
We're in agreement. We
We're in
love
agreement.
we love
Okay.
her, but
Okay.
don't know her real name.
Now you do. Now you do. Okay, so my second one is the Silver Fox, also known as
Anderson Cooper?
Anderson Cooper.
I love him.
I adore him.
You do have a crush on a lot of newsy people.
I do. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, I remember this vividly, and it may have been late grade school, early high school. I'm not really sure exactly when it was, but he made his claim to fame as a newscaster on Channel 1. And Channel 1, and I think they still have a version of Channel 1. Anyways, where during maybe like a passing period or like, I don't know, like
was
I was
on
teaching
Channel
back
1?
then, so we would watch it every
you'd
day.
watch it on TV every day and you just got your current events. And
Right.
he was on Channel 1. And I think I didn't really know who he was and didn't follow him. Obviously, there wasn't social media, but that's where it began, my love for him. Fun facts. He graduated from Yale, so he is a smarty pants.
Smart guy.
And most people probably know his mom is Gloria Vanderbilt.
Yes.
So you might get a free pair of jeans out of it.
So he's just,
I don't think so.
he is
She's dead.
to me, just on the surface of what I know about him through TV, he seems genuine, lovable,
Yes.
kind.
I have met him.
Oh my!
Shut
what?
the front door.
I said what I said. I met him. I went to a book signing because I was getting ready to have the 5K that we host. And my big idea was to get celebrities to pose with a T-shirt from our 5K to promote it. So I went to a book signing in Washington, D.C. I waited in line. And then I got a picture of him with the Zach Brown 5K T-shirt and me.
Well, one day.
So we're friends is what I'm getting
So
at.
he'll come to dinner.
So he's already, he'll be there.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
I'll give him a
You're
call.
RSVPing for Anderson Cooper.
Correct.
The other thing I would like to say about Kim is I know Anderson Cooper is totally on the line. We said that the people that we were to invite were to be alive. I just thought that made more sense because it would be easier for them to actually come to dinner if they were alive. But I know in your heart, Tim Russert would have been at your table.
No, honestly, when I was trying to decide the list, that was my very first one.
Oh.
So
And
Kim
not
gets
that-
to name an extra one. What's happening here?
No, I'm naming it for her because I know her so well that
All right.
Tim Russert was
Yeah.
her boy.
All right.
And not that I'm the huge political gal or anything, but he's a big teddy bear. I kind of looked at him as like my grandpa.
See?
And, well, I could go on and on. I could
R.I.P.
do, okay.
Yeah. Okay, who's your third?
On to the next. Ryan Murphy.
Yes.
Right.
Really?
Love Ryan Murphy. First of all, he's an Indianapolis grad. He went to Warren Central High School.
So he could come. I mean, he might be in
I
town
kind
anyway.
I kind of know him. He went to
Yes.
high school with my aunt. Yes. And my dad's side of the family, 7 kids, like half of them went to Warren Central. So my aunt was actually in Ryan Murphy's class.
Stop it.
So I do know. I know him. He also went to IU.
Yes.
So, and I did not, when I was kind of, just making sure I had my facts right about him. But I have loved Ryan Murphy since Nip Tuck. I don't know. That was a show that was on
Yes.
FX many eons ago. And obviously he did Glee. I follow all the American Horror Stories. I think he's just an interesting guy. And I would want him at a dinner party because he would have so much Hollywood scoop. And I'm all about Hollywood scoop. And the way that he takes nobody that you've ever heard of, Darren Criss, like all the people. And then he continues to use them in other realms of his business. He's loyal.
Yes.
Like he just seems like he's loyal. I just, sassy, like he would tell you like it was. I don't know. I just think that him and Anderson Cooper would get along.
Yes,
I do believe that, and Lady Gaga. So this
You
is
would
like kind
seat
of
them
all
together?
flowing.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're all just alike, all 4 of you so far.
yeah.
Yeah. I see
Yeah.
it.
Any comments?
My
comments
comment
on
is
Ryan?
I don't know anything about him personally, but I get why you would want him there based on his breadth of work because he did stuff. He was an out of the box thinker. Like Glee was like nothing I had ever really seen as a TV show before.
Right.
American Horror Story was kind of like nothing I had ever seen as a TV show before. So I appreciate his creativity and his fearlessness just to have his own vision and not know whether it's going
And
to
his
work or
partner
not.
in most of those is Brad Falchuk, who is married to Gwyneth Paltrow. So you would be getting a lot of Hollywood elite in that
You would.
group.
I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm just going to plug it really quick because I love him so much. He has a couple things on Netflix, The Politician and Hollywood. And I highly recommend both of those. Okay. They are amazing. The cast in them, it's just, they're amazing. I love them. Okay.
Well,
Kim's in the zone right now.
I'm thinking Ryan Murphy might be listening, and I'm thinking that he might call me up because, I mean, he knows my aunt.
He might be coming in town for Easter. You don't know.
He might be.
He's not.
He's not. Okay, go ahead.
So my fourth one is Hugh Jackman. Yes.
You're going to flex again about that same Christmas, but go on.
I am. And he was like, he's everything. He's a triple threat as well.
But with tap dancing.
And he's a tap dancer, yes. He got his start. He won a Golden Globe for Les Mis. I'm not a big Broadway girl with Les Mis, but whatever character he played won a Golden Globe. So that's kind of how he got his start.
Okay.
And I think most people associate Hugh Jackman with Wolverine. But I associate him basically with just like the Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
Seen it 3 times. I'm not a repeat moviegoer. Saw the movie 3 times. And I know I'm going to brag. I'm just going to brag. The same Christmas that my husband surprised me with Lady Gaga tickets, he also surprised me with Hugh Jackman tickets. And we went and saw, it was like a variety show. We went and saw him in Chicago, and he basically sang, danced, talked. And
he was charming.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Very well.
Joe doesn't ever have to get you another gift again
he really
after
doesn't.
that Christmas.
He's done.
He's done. He fulfilled 2 of my dreams, and that was to see both of them.
Oh, in 1 year. That's
in
impressive.
1 year.
Okay, so Hugh Jackman, I'm down for Hugh Jackman. You good with him?
Yeah,
okay.
Good.
And I think that he would get along with my other guests.
Okay.
And add,
Maybe an international flair?
Yeah,
Isn't he from
He's from Australia. Yeah. That's another thing that makes him so sexy. I'm just going to say it.
Just say
his
it.
accent, for crying out loud. He's a beautiful man. And lastly, this is kind of, he's probably on a lot of people's dinner party list, or at least one of them from this group, is Paul McCartney.
You know what, Kim? Paul was my next in. I told you guys I couldn't stop at 5, so I had a list of alternates that, like, if one of my 5 called and said that they were ill or could not come to my party for some other reason, Paul McCartney was the first person to come on, but he did not make my list.
There was part of me, Paul McCartney he can come across as arrogant. I don't know if
he should be.
And he should be. He has.
I mean, he has every justification for that.
But the reason I say this is that, would he mix in well with my other guests?
No, he just has to sit there.
No, I
just have him sing.
But he would be the guy that would always try to one-up the stories, because let's be real, he's got a lifetime of stories. My brother, Father Tim Wichaskala, is probably one of the biggest Beatles fans I know. And Paul McCartney, I love Beatles songs and I love Paul McCartney, but he gave me a greater appreciation of him.
Yes.
We've gone to see him in concert 2 or 3 times together. So it's kind of a fun thing that we do. And
now, see, I think he would get along well with your guests in the sense that I like to have like a wide age range. Now, he would be by far the oldest person at your party, right?
Yeah, he's in his 70s. Yeah.
I mean, he's done a lot of living. So I feel as though there's nothing that Anderson Cooper could bring up that Paul McCartney couldn't not one up, but just relate to, even though he's old.
Yeah. I just would love to hear his stories. I would love to hear just, 2 of the other Beatles are dead. So it would just be cool just to...
And you might have the piano just right there, just in case he felt...
He could sing a tune.
Yeah. I saw him in concert. It was amazing.
It is.
And I also know someone on his security detail. So,
good Lord.
Again, we could make it happen. Kind of.
Okay,
again, it's not out of the realm of possibilities.
Anderson Cooper, Brian Murphy, and Paul McCartney, they would all probably be at my dinner party.
Real possibilities.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to have to get on that.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Kim, I think you did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
It was well thought out. I didn't do as much research as Kim did, but Tracy, I can't help but think that I'm going to disagree with some people on your list, but I can't wait to hear it.
Okay, mine is not as well thought out as hers.
Fun.
So
thanks for preparing.
I did. You guys both have it written out nice and neatly, and I've got like 3 sentences on my notes on my phone, but that's okay.
All right.
Okay, let's just get started. The first one.
Is this in order?
No, not in order of importance, but
okay.
I guess the first one is because that was the first person I thought of. Rob Lowe.
Really?
Yes. I mean, it's a lifetime crush, so
Right.
why not meet a
Let's get
lifetime
this out of the
crush?
way. Yeah.
He's still very handsome.
Totally cute.
Funny. He seems genuine.
Yes.
In the event that he's a jerk, he would still be pleasant to look at. So I feel like I can't go wrong by
So he
having
couldn't
him.
ruin the party.
No, he could just sit there quietly, and that would be okay. I mean, he's married, so I don't think it's going to work out between us. But I would like
you
to
never
look at
know.
him.
And
you never know.
He seems very funny.
Yes, he does. I've listened to his podcast before.
Yeah,
and
I was going to say he'd probably be really good in conversation.
yeah, he's very self-deprecating with his
Yes.
humor.
He doesn't take himself too seriously. I like
his,
that.
No, he
his
doesn't
sons
at
make
all.
fun of him on social media. I can identify with your kids making fun of you. So yeah, so that's my first one.
Well, no one's going to disagree with Rob Lowe.
No,
Okay,
no
keep
one,
going.
yeah.
Okay, good. The next one, since I brought up my kids, when I was thinking of my list, I thought that if I said I'm going to have a dinner party with celebrities, my girls, and I said, who should I bring? My girls would say, it's your thing, Mom. You pick who you want. And then my son would say something different. He
you
would
better
say,
invite.
you better have Britney Spears there. If you have a chance to meet Britney Spears and she has to come to your, a celebrity has to come to your dinner, it better be Britney Spears. So Britney Spears makes my list for that reason.
Because you were threatened by
Well,
your son.
Not in real life, but I would be. I
Okay.
know him well enough to know that I would be threatened
Okay.
if this were an option.
Okay.
And I think she'd be very interesting.
Oh, to get her to talk about what's
I was
really
going to
going
say,
on?
getting her to talk
Yes.
may be an issue, but
Just getting her out of the
if-
house.
Boy, if
God bless
she
her.
did, she would be. She would be.
Yeah.
The secrets she could tell.
And I think she's a lot less odd than we all think.
I agree.
I think circumstances have put her where she is, and I'd like to give her a platform to tell us all what that is. So Brittany is number 2.
Okay.
No. Okay, that's good.
Anybody have a problem with that?
Not at
I
all.
wouldn't do it, but I'd love to hear the stories after you had your party.
Okay. The next one is Jared Leto.
Really?
Well,
Is it just because you want to make sure he eats something?
No.
He's very
So
thin.
he's a weirdo.
but he's beautiful.
He's beautiful.
He is
Again,
beautiful.
I think we might be able to tell by our guest list which one of us is single.
I don't know if I would consider Jared Leto.
Leto.
I don't know if he's beautiful. He's just striking. Like you see him and it's kind of haunting.
I find him striking and beautiful, and he's single.
And it is haunting. He is. Yeah, he's
Like,
his
his
eyes, but in a
eyes.
very beautiful way.
Yes. And I think he might fall in love with me, but I'm not sure, but I'd like to give him the opportunity.
That's fair of you.
Okay. I feel like you're not going to approve of him, but go ahead.
No, I approve of Jared Leto. I do. Because
I
I
do.
liked him in My So-Called Life.
Okay.
That's
No,
when he had a little more
he is.
meat on his bones.
Yes.
I bet you he's one of those actors that's probably so insanely intelligent
Yeah.
that he may come across as weird or not approachable. But I bet if you had him at a dinner party,
I don't know. I think he'd be a lot of fun.
I think that he would be.
I think he and maybe Joaquin Phoenix would be fun party guests together because I think they're both kind of out there.
Yeah. I like
you,
weirdos.
You
so,
always love the person
yeah.
at the party that you just don't know what
I
they're
know.
going to do.
No, I am on board with Jared Leto
Okay.
very much.
And he just put out a album. I haven't heard it.
Wait,
but he
what?
put during quarantine. He put together an.
Is it
he plays
spoken
in
word?
a band. No, he plays in a band.
Oh, like Johnny Depp?
Like he travels like with his band. Yeah.
What's it called?
I don't know.
Okay.
Cute guy in the front. I don't know. I just made that name up. That's not it.
Don't look that up. Okay, I'm
so-
down. That's good.
I'm going to just interrupt
Yeah.
really quick. Really fun fact about him, and I'm sure that you read it. He is, like he goes on retreats. He does like, he
Very
does
spiritual, maybe?
very spiritual.
Yeah.
He went on like, I believe it was months, and it was like a silent retreat just to ground us. He did it during the quarantine.
Yes.
So when he came out of the retreat, he had no idea what was going on in the world.
Yes. Like he went into it right at the very beginning before everything happened. And then they were told that there's something going on and they could choose to leave or stay. And he chose to stay. But, it accelerated pretty quickly. So
Where was this?
I don't know. I mean, I don't
I
know
want to say
where
it's in like, I don't know.
somewhere
I would be
off
making
the
that
grid.
up.
So somewhere worldly. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
somewhere worldly. No communication with the outside world. So him coming back into the inside world when the
Surprise.
world is like, hell in a handbasket.
You and your guest could get him up to date on what's been happening.
Yeah.
It could be more informational for him.
Correct.
Good.
Next is Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Let me guess. Is he cute?
He's cute. He's so handsome.
He is cute, but he is too big.
What, he can fit at the table?
I'm sorry. That's probably going to get cut.
No, I got to keep it.
No, it should not get cut because I imagine. I'll just stop at that.
Sorry.
He is it looks he is a good looking man, but it looks uncomfortable. It looks like that he's like always has his armpits like they always get air. Like he can't shut his arms.
Well, he also plays the guitar and sings Elvis songs, so it would be a little entertaining.
That's endearing to you. Yes.
He could do feats of strength at your party. He could lift Jared Leto off the table.
Oh my God, he could lift him with a pinky. Jared Leto probably weighs 90 pounds.
I'm there for it, so good.
Okay.
That's an interesting choice.
And
I love it.
I feel like you're going to cancel my last one because you're going to say it doesn't meet the requirements. Elvis Presley, because
we just said you have to be alive. Do you think he's still alive?
I think he might still be alive, and that's how I'm getting him in this.
This is how it's going to break to the world.
If these people have to attend, like if that's part of the rules, I would bring Elvis out of hiding. I don't expect him to look good. He's old. And, he didn't look good when he supposedly, air quotes, died.
It is interesting you say that because when Rob and I were dating, he was in Memphis. And so I said, well, we're going to have to go to visit Elvis' house.
It's called Graceland, the mansion.
Graceland, the mansion. And it wasn't much of a mansion, really. It was just kind of a nice 2-story house.
It was for then,
anyway,
kind of.
You might be onto something because I paid my $18 and they would not let me go upstairs to respect the king's privacy. And I said, and I had my headphones on because we were on a walking tour with Priscilla in my ear.
Right.
So I talked a little louder than I usually would.
Shocking. I've been to a movie with you, but continue.
I know it's hard to imagine, but I turned to Rob. My volume might have been too loud, but I said, the king's privacy? Well, he's dead, isn't he? And everyone turned, and I guess that was disrespectful to say. But
because most probably think that he's still alive.
Well, I think it's still a possibility.
Well, I know where he is. He's upstairs at Graceland.
Supposedly, like his middle name's misspelled on his tombstone. Why wouldn't they fix that? Like they didn't have enough money to fix that. I just feel like it's a technicality that somehow he's still alive. And so imagine he and Britney talking about paparazzi and how it ruins everything. And
pills.
And pills.
Yeah, how fame brings you down.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I hope anyway that he had a very pleasant private life and that he comes and tells me about it at my dinner party.
I'm going to allow it just on the technicality because
you can't prove to me he's dead.
If I got to go upstairs in Graceland, I would say no.
Okay.
But I didn't. And I'm still mad about it. And I'll let you have him at your party.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's it. That's my 5.
Okay, review your 5 again.
Okay, my 5 are Rob Lowe, Britney Spears, Jared Leto, Dwayne Johnson, and Elvis Presley.
Okay, and Kim, review your 5 again.
Lady Gaga, Anderson Cooper, Ryan Murphy, Hugh Jackman, and Paul McCartney.
Okay. Well, this is tough. Okay, I'll go last. And I didn't put mine in order.
Okay.
But I do have the one person, like if nobody else could come, but this person could come, it's on because I think that we would be best friends. Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien would be my... Shut up!
That would be your number one.
Yes.
You could meet
Tracy's
anyone,
eyes.
and it would be Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay, Rob Lowe. How's that any better?
That doesn't surprise me that she picked him. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that, Rachel's going to pick Conan O'Brien, but they have the same sense of humor.
Now listen to me.
I'm listening.
Because I'm going to make you a fan.
I'm not a fan, but if I only got to meet 5 celebrities, he wouldn't make the list. Go on.
Apparently. Because you'd rather meet someone that's presumably dead.
They say.
Anyway, I love him because he's funny.
He is funny.
And it's a certain kind of humor. Either you get it or you don't. Like, I don't think people run around saying that he's one of the best comedians in the entire world.
Right.
But what I love about him is that he doesn't pander to the bigger audience. He's got his own humor.
Yes.
And somehow he has made a career for himself by sticking to his guns and doing what he wants to do.
Yeah.
No, he said, yeah.
Like
Right.
he wasn't... And he was totally jobbed by NBC.
Yep.
And he handled it with such grace because I think I would have been slashing tires in the parking lot. He totally took the high road when he didn't need to. And he went on and was successful on a different network. But the thing that I love most about him is that I know he's good at making me laugh because I laughed a lot in the middle of the night watching his show. It was like on the repeat of when it was, so it'd be like 2 a.m.
Right.
When Lillian was a baby. So she'd get up in the middle of the night and I'd be asleep and mad that I was up, and I'd come out to feed her and I'd turn on Conan and I would have the best time and I would laugh even though it was a difficult time for me sleep-wise. To the point that I would almost wake up Rob and say, you should have been out there for the feeding because Conan was killing it.
He is funny, and his sidekick.
You should get up tomorrow night because you really missed it tonight.
Yeah. Why don't you feed her tomorrow night?
Correct.
And tell me what Conan said. No, but I just do. I love that, he's approachable. He's a dad.
Oh, he's completely
He's
seen
goofy.
He makes fun of himself, which I absolutely love. His sidekick, Andy Richter,
Yes.
is that who it is? They are so funny together. No, I like
he's
Conan.
met a lot of people. He could tell some good stories. He's funny. He's kind. He's he seems relatable.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know what I have in common with like Jared Leto. I don't know if he and I.
He's my boyfriend, so you better get to know him.
I don't know if I'm coming to the wedding.
Okay.
Okay. So Conan O'Brien was my number one.
Okay.
He didn't make your list.
He did not.
Okay. My number 2 choice was the one I thought everyone would have on their list, and neither of you did.
I want to guess, but I'm not going to. Go ahead.
Okay. Michelle Obama.
Oh,
Who wouldn't want Michelle Obama at their party? She's super smart. She seems like a lot of fun. She is a wonderful leader in our country. No, Tracy doesn't like Michelle Obama.
No, I like Michelle Obama. I've seen her in person, so
okay. Enough with the name dropping.
So I purposely did not pick people that I'd interacted with personally ever.
I was thinking of inviting her husband because I do love Barack Obama as well, but I was trying to mix it up.
You're trying to get a twofer, and
No, I was
get
just
the
trying to
couple.
include women because I'm
Okay.
like, you know what? Let's
All right.
include women.
Well, I would like to include women too. I'm not against women. I just wanted cute guys if I'm having a dinner party. Don't be mad at me for that.
I just think Michelle will add a special touch to my dinner party
All
that
right, go
yours
on.
doesn't have.
Elegance,
Thank
class.
you. Thank you.
No, and I wasn't bashing yours. She's just a strong woman.
Yeah. No, I agree. I
you know.
like her.
Okay.
She can come to your
can
party.
come?
To your party.
Okay. I'll tell her you said hi.
Send my love.
My third choice is it's not gonna go over well with this audience, but I think you guys know that I have an unhealthy love of Bob Newhart.
Oh,
Is he still alive?
Yes, that's why this dinner party has to happen soon. He's like 90s something.
Yeah.
Oh, he's up there with Betty White.
I almost picked her. So
Me
I'm
too.
not
She
mad
was
at,
on-
not mad at your Bob Newhart. I
No,
know
I'm-
of your lifelong love of
Oh,
Bob
I'm not
Newhart.
mad at your Bob Newhart either. He would be a treat.
So he's 90ish,
Yeah.
and he's on Twitter sometimes, which I'm wondering which kid of his or grandkid does it for him.
Right.
But my story about Bob Newhart, which I think we all have our own Bob Newhart story.
Do we?
Okay. I've loved, his show when I was little. And then I heard some of his spoken word, like his comedy stuff from when he first started out. And then I read a book that he did. And it was the first time I read a book and like really laughed out loud. And I thought, oh my gosh, you can write something that's so funny that actually makes somebody laugh out loud, because that doesn't happen to me very often. And then he went on some sort of around the country tour, and he must have been in his 80s, because this was only like 10 years ago. And my sister bought us tickets, and Elizabeth and I went to the Chicago theater and saw Bob Newhart do an hour or two's worth of talking. And we had to have been the youngest people there by about 70 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was so fun, and he was just so delightful. Bob Newhart is definitely coming to my party.
Excellent choice.
And no
For you.
one doesn't like
No,
Bob
great
Newhart.
choice.
Okay.
No, exactly.
All right. So my fourth choice is a person that I thought for sure would be on Kim's list. Harry Styles.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's single too.
He's too
And-
young for me.
Really?
no. I don't.
He likes older women. He likes that one girl. Who is it?
Olivia Wilde.
Yes.
She was with Jason Sudeikis. Yeah, that she's directing him in a movie.
She's like 10 years older than him.
And I think he's an old soul anyways. Did anybody see his Grammy performance, by the way?
Adorable.
Yeah. He's attractive for
My girls
youngin'.
are obsessed with him, and I think that I may have an unhealthy crush on him.
Wow. Okay, you can't come to my party. Then you'll
Did
scare
you
him.
replace Zac Efron with him? Because you had an unhealthy crush on him.
Nobody can replace Zac Efron,
Okay.
but Harry is it. Boy,
Well,
what a charming.
I think he and Bob Newhart might really get along.
Ooh,
I
I
like
do too.
the old and the young. I just like the idea of bringing generations together and like comparing the similarities and differences. I mean, Harry Styles, he's fun. He acts. He sings. He is adorable. I would
He's
probably
got great fashion sense. I mean, most people couldn't get away with what he wears,
Absolutely
and
not.
somehow he owns it.
and he doesn't care. That's another reason why I like it. He'll wear those pearls and he doesn't give a shit if you like it or not.
All right.
Did I say shit? Okay. Beep.
I would that for some reason that's a surprising choice for your list. I
It's-
love that because you like Bob Newhart, you know, like Michelle Obama, and then you're going to throw in Harry Styles.
I am.
I have a lot of respect for you for that choice.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah.
I knew I would
I
gain
want to
your
come
respect.
to your dinner party just for him.
Well, okay, you're going to really both want to go to my dinner party when I reveal my last guest.
It's
no.
probably who
You're
I
looking.
thought. I can't read from
You're
this.
looking.
I
I
can't see it.
can't see it either.
I feel like it might be who I thought.
is.
It is.
Jon Stewart.
I knew it.
Oh yes.
And when you
yes.
said Conan, I thought, shoot, he went with the late night guy, and it's not John.
I
How?
forgot about Jon Stewart.
Yep,
Oh
100%.
yeah.
I knew it.
Well, Jon Stewart, do we tell about our experience?
I think so.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we didn't really meet him per se, but we did go to a taping of his show
Yes.
when his show was still hosted by him. And how long ago was that? Like 10 years ago?
It was about 10 years ago.
It was the most thrilling event of my life so far.
It was a girls' trip to New York City, and yes,
We did a lot of fun
and
stuff.
It was a perfect trip.
And I couldn't get over how much fun I was having just being that close to. I was like, oh my God, there he is. He's very tiny. He doesn't take up much room at my table. But he's
hit a booster.
Jared Leto. He's
a booster.
He'll sit on Dwayne Johnson's lap, shoulder.
Dwayne could like cuddle him up with his hand.
Michelle Obama can probably palm his head, but
Poor
Jon Stewart. So I love him because he was at the top of his game. He's funny as hell. He's smart.
Yep.
He says what needs to be said in a very, very intelligible fashion. He breaks down difficult topics to where I can understand them.
And
Yeah.
he's clever and sarcastic, and
Oh my
you're
gosh.
super sarcastic. So
He and I think he and I would be best friends as well.
good.
So I kind of, but I think he's starting a new show. Do you know this?
No, is it with one of the streaming services?
I think it's
'Cause
Apple.
Okay, because I think Conan Netflix. Is that who he signed the deal? Conan's doing the same thing.
He is?
He's leaving
My
his
best
show.
friend's doing
Yeah,
that?
he's leaving his show as well.
All of your best friends.
I did not know that about Jon Stewart, and that's exciting because I never was up late enough to watch him. I mean, obviously, I knew who he was. He's a very likable person.
He is, and I don't know. I think he'd round out the...
No, he would round out. He really would.
One little fun fact: Jon Stewart just started a Twitter account like a year ago, and he has 1 million followers, and he only follows one account, which is Arby's. And I just think that's super bizarre.
Arby's, the restaurant.
Arby's. That's the only
Do you
account
know
he follows.
the joke from his show?
What is it?
So he used to say, this section is sponsored by Arby's. Like Arby's wasn't really a sponsor. And he said, Arby's, challenge your stomach to a fist fight. And like totally made, like he talked about Arby's on his show all the time, and they weren't a paying sponsor.
Yeah.
But they totally appreciated, even though he was saying what they were offering was disgusting.
Thank you for putting it in context, because I didn't know why Arby's was
Okay,
the
that
only
makes
account
a
he
little
follows.
more sense.
But I
That
still
is-
like it.
That is funny.
Well,
That's
I'll have
the
to start following
only
him.
account
Yeah.
that he follows.
So I do. I appreciate him and miss him. I kind of feel like he abandoned me at the time of need.
Yeah, I do.
Like he left right as
I know.
Trump came into office, and I was
I
like,
know.
wait, what? How am I going to get through the next 4 years without you breaking it down for me every night? This is going to be terrible.
Yeah.
So I need to talk to him about that.
And he
So-
did a lot of good work with the 9/11
Absolutely.
Yeah, hearing him
victims
talk
and
before
getting
Congress.
the survivors benefits.
He's so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that rounds up. So my 5 were Conan, which
Whatever.
She likes her redheads.
oh my crickets.
Does she?
Okay.
I don't know.
You just made that up.
I did.
Although I do like Prince Harry. He's redheaded, right?
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
That's the only other redhead I can think of. Okay. Conan, Michelle
Carrot Top.
Obama.
Sorry.
I've met him.
Were you in Vegas when you met Carrot Top?
No, the bar I worked at in college. He came
my.
in one night after a show.
Ew.
I know.
Is he gross?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's all. Go on.
okay. So Conan, Michelle Obama, Bob Newhart, Harry Styles, and Jon Stewart.
That is a diverse list, and I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to Up for Grabs. I hope that you will go online and let us know whose party is going to be the best party, the dinner party to be had. I'm pretty sure the one with Conan O'Brien's going to win. So, no, maybe.
I don't know. I think my list was pretty.
Kim's was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
You guys aren't coming to mine, so it doesn't really matter.
We're not invited. Nope. Thank you for listening. We hope that you will join us next time to find out what's up for grabs.